Hello and welcome back to the channel. For me it feels like ages since I've vlogged, but that's because I've had 2 or 3 weeks now where the vlogs have like kind of backed up, so I haven't picked my camera up for a while, although that's a small lie because I started a weekly yesterday. But basically this vlog that you're watching now, I've tried to film this twice already. So once I tried and then the weather was just that bad that no matter where I sat you could not hear me. It was absolutely atrocious. And then the next time I tried to film it, I went up in the field with Dublin, filmed it, it was brilliant. I got home and I'd filmed it all in slow motion. The whole thing on this camera was in slow motion. But anyway, here is our girl. She is just having her breakfast. Down here this morning to ride before work. And I thought basically I would kind of give you like a bit of an update. And I have had a few questions. I think it's like the thing that happens when end of show season happens. Everyone sort of asks like, oh, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? And basically, I thought I'd come on and say hello. So yes, our show season, like main show season, has now come to an end, which it does every year. We have actually got one more show penciled in, planned, that I'm planning on going to on the 6th of October. But you'll potentially have noticed that like at the end of the show season I was doing a bit more in hand, and basically this started out as me going into a bit of a spin and a bit of a worry that I was thinking, oh god, she's 25 next year and I'm worried about her and I think maybe she needs to retire a little bit or semi-retire or do less or do this. And I'd made this decision that I was going to only compete in hand and ride her at home and all this. And you'll know, I think by now, I've ordered a new concours dress. I have ordered that concours dress as an in-hand concours dress. This is how extreme I was going. I did all of British Elite in hand. And everyone was saying to me like, why are you thinking of semi-retiring her? Like, she's still buzzing and she's great, and they'd watch the evening performances especially and they were like, oh my god, like she's absolutely fine, like there's nothing wrong with her, and I was like, no, I know, but I do obviously don't want her to break down on me. I do want like longevity in her life, I suppose. And this went on for a while. Basically it's me. I think after 10 years of showing, I started doing the working hunters with her when she was 14. I think after 10 years, it's me that's bored. So, not bored of showing, but I'm just a little bit bored of the fact that we can only really go in the same classes. It's not like working hunter where we were jumping a different course all the time, or different ground, or something like that. Pretty much all the shows that we do are on surface because veterans, and it's just all the same. And I think I've just been getting a little bit more bored of it all. So, with that said, I have decided that next year we will be doing a lot more in hand anyway, because I think I just need to be doing something a bit different. She really enjoys the in-hand classes because she loves like the one-on-one attention, and having me with a pocket full of treats basically. She loves that, thinks it's great fun. And yeah, just really enjoyed British Elite actually. So I am definitely going to stick to doing quite a bit in hand next year. I want to qualify for the Supremes in hand. I want to qualify for it ridden as well, but I think what I'm going to do is make like the in hand my main focus and then the ridden the secondary thing, which is how it was last year, reversed. I was always doing ridden first and then in hand if I had time, or as like a secondary thing. So I think I'm going to switch that. And I think that just takes a little bit of like pressure off. So it does mean that I've decided that over winter I'm not going to be doing my Katie Carter clinics or my John Rogers pole clinics that I usually do over the winter. I don't manage to get her like schooling fit very easily. We have a school, but it's 19 by 39 and I can get some good trot work and that in there, but I can't get any canter work really, and I can't get that like schooling fitness up, if that makes sense. So I then get a little bit worried about taking, like, trailering her for a start off to a lesson, doing a solid hour of hard work and trailering back. I feel like it's just like a lot all of a sudden. And getting to Chloe's, especially now that this is my first winter of working like a proper 9 to 5. So I've always worked like full time, but my other job I could bend my hours and change like what I was doing to suit her. So I could start a little bit later if I wanted to ride before work, or I could finish at 3 o'clock and get down and get her ridden. Whereas obviously the flexibility for that's not there. My boss is very good, and he knows that she likes to come in before it's dark. So he's like, if you need to go down and bring in, and like, that's not a problem. I can work from down here as well. So there's that, but I can't really be swanning off for a ride like at 3 o'clock. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I think for my first winter, getting into that new routine, taking a little bit of the pressure off and focusing mainly on hacking her. We're still going to go off and do our fun rides and farm rides and rides with friends. We've still got all of those planned. We've also got actually a very, very exciting winter, which is crazy because normally this time of year it all starts kind of like winding down a little bit. The vlogs don't, you get very basic, boring vlogs. But, we just sort of keep ticking over and we go along to them like as much as we can. But it's never that exciting. Whereas this winter, I'm actually excited. We have 4 potential really fun things like planned, which is crazy. One of them is actually just a photo shoot with Martha Lily over on the Chase in the autumn colours, but we're going to do it with a bit of my wedding dress, I think. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. And then I got a very, very exciting phone call on the way to British Elite, actually. And I'm going to be that person, and I'm so sorry, but it's not that I'm not telling you, it's just that I don't actually have any information. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say anything, but I got the phone call asking if Dublin and I would partake in something around November time, which I absolutely chewed their hand off and said 100,000% yes. But the people that have been asked, we haven't heard any more information. So we got told like that they would do it in November time, but I have no idea where, what dates, what we're actually doing, what I need to do with her. Not a clue. But very, very exciting. And then yeah, just sort of meeting up with a few people, some that have been on this channel, some that haven't been on this channel. I don't think I'll be doing like a vlogmas, just because, well, I don't know. I can't get out anywhere like exciting, and there's so many people that do Vlogmas so well that it's just a bit balmy. I might just continue to do my weekly uploads because I wouldn't be able to upload anymore anyway. Because December for me at work is going to be crazy busy because we have a trade stand at the London International. So I will be working there pretty much the whole week before London. Before Christmas, sorry, not before London, before Christmas, I'll be at London International. So yes, I'm actually really, really excited. And something else I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you and show you. Something else that's not making me dread winter is that I saw Light My Ride had a sale on. So this is my hay barn. The camera's getting a bit dicky because it's actually very dark in here, but the camera lightens it up. But it does get crazy dark. I bought these for £25 in the sale. What? So I also have done my storeroom. Let me just shut this for a second. So I have hung all my rugs up on these hooks because for me it needs to be accessible quickly. So I've got all my like stable rugs here, my clean turnouts will go up here, and then all of my fleeces. And then all I've done is, as I've put the camping chair, like the double one I have at the bottom, to put the rugs on, because it does leak in this barn and this floor does get very, very wet. And then I've also done My bedding order, of course. All the fly rugs are washed and put away. That's a bag of stuff I need to sell, some medical stuff and a spare bag. And then, of course, I've got my riding stuff out because I'm going to go for a ride. But my exercise sheets and things live here. Some spare bridles. And then I've just got all my spare, like, hat silks, turnout hoods in there. And then this one, boots and bandages. So it's a good little store box, that one. All my saddle pads as well. They just stay hung up on this rail that's on the side of the tack box. So yeah, those lights, in fact I better turn that off because otherwise I'm going to waste the battery. But it's got 3 settings. £25 in the sale, right? So I bought 2 and I've put one in the feed room, which makes a huge difference in the feed room as well. And I did put it on my Instagram story. I just posted on my Instagram story saying that I'd found them for 25 quid, and I just put the link. And then the owner messaged me probably half an hour afterwards and said, can I ring you? And I was like, yeah, okay. So she rang me and she was like, I don't know whether it's coincidence, but I don't think it's coincidence. She said, but since your story's gone up, we've sold out of those lights. And I was like, oh my God. I've worked with brands before and never ever have I ever had like any real success. Like, brands will give you discount codes and, like, you know, 3, 4, 5 people might use your code. So for her to say that, I was like, whoa, because, like, you know, I'm not a huge account. So that was really impressive, actually. I was quite, like, shocked by that. However, they are very good lights and we are coming into the winter, so it's like the right time. So bless her heart, she sent me 2 more. But she's also sending us something for the arena. We are going to have an arena with a light, a proper lights out, like, oh my God, she's sending one I think that does like 30 meters, and of course our arena being 19 by 39, that's pretty much going to light up the entire arena. So I am buzzed, especially like when I said that I'm going to be doing my first winter where I'm working like a proper 9 to 5. So it's going to be so handy having an arena that actually has lights. I'm so excited. So yeah, that with my Equi lights, they're all in the wash and they're all charging, making sure that we're all ready to go. I've got my rugs off at the washwoman. I actually organised and did it this year. We've got all of our bedding. We are actually organised and ready to go, and I am so excited for everything that we have coming up. I just hope that it all like pans out, because obviously all these things, you never know, things change. But yeah, oh, and the last one was that there's potentially something I could do really fun on New Year's Day. The only thing about that is that it's a little bit of a logistical nightmare. I'd need to get Dublin and I a stable New Year's Eve, find somewhere to stay that's not going to be ridiculously expensive because it's New Year's Eve. And it means an incredibly early start on New Year's Day. So that one I am going to do some thinking about. But it's another option for us. So yes, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to doing some stuff that's slightly different. I think I have in showing. You get very, very repetitive. You go to the same shows, you do the same things. So we are here for the shake-up and to go out and explore some new things. I am going to be really good this year and take her out in the trailer over the Chase and go exploring. Like there's like rivers and everything out there that we've never gone to look for or seen. So we are going to be doing some exploring. So I'll probably do like a lot of GoPro stuff as well. But yeah, basically I'm very excited. I'm also very grateful for you guys for like following us in a way, I guess. It's quite nice to put a video out for a couple of thousand people rather than 10, so thank you. I really enjoy making these. I enjoy editing, that's my thing. I really enjoy editing. And of course I do like having the things to look back on. I actually watched my VHS vlog from the first time I vlogged it, before we went to this year's champs, and it was so, I loved watching it back. It was so weird, but it was so lovely. But yes, anyway, I need to get this one ridden so I can get off to work. Come and say hello. She is so fluffy as well, but we're going to Egypt in October and I want to keep her fluffy until I get back, so that when Rachel looks after her, it's not such a worry about rugs. But anyway, yes, I'm rambling and I'm going to be late, so we are going to say goodbye. Thanks guys, and we'll see you for the next one.